Hi guys, welcome to my channel. In this video, we will be discussing about the gate level simulation. In my previous video, I have shown you the one part of the post synthesis verification, which was formal verification. In this video, I will show you gate level simulation. So, gate level simulation is performed after the RTL is being synthesized into a gate level netlist. In RTL simulation, in RT simulation, we run the simulation on the behavioral description, which consists of an always block, if many case statements like that. The simulator does not care about the real gates, and we also focus mainly on our logic which we have been implemented in RTL to verify if it's correct or not. But in gate level simulation, what happens when we synthesize the RTL, it becomes into an real and or mux flip flops. So which we'll be implementing in physical design. We will be implementing those. So to see if that conversion has changed or functionality or not, we will be performing a gate level simulation. So in gate level simulation, the we need a gate level netlist, and we can have the similar test bench which we have used in the RTL. So we can also it will be easier for us to compare the waveform which we have generated in RTL and in gate level netlist. So also in gate level simulation, there are two types, which is functional simulation and is timing simulation. In this video, we'll be focusing on the functional level only. Timing we will be covering later. So in functional, there is no timing info. Like we won't be considering the gate delays and all, which we have been used after the synthesis, which we have got the delays. It just we will be focusing on does the synthesis break our logic. Also, let's see what is timing. With There is one file which is SDF, which is generated from the synthesis tool. We provide SDC, it gives us the SDF generate. So it contains the cell delays and wire delays, which will be helpful in catching the setup and hold violations at the gate level. So when we do a GLS and also the RTL simulation, we can in RTL we can check if our logic is correct or not, which we will also see in gate level. But in RTL we cannot see if the synthesis mismatch and X propagation in real gates, timing violation, which we cannot catch this in RTL simulation, but we can catch them in gate level simulation. So let's see an example how we can do that. So when we have written an RTL code, so after that we also write an test bench for that. So and we simulate them and we get a waveform and we verify that waveform. So suppose we get some waveforms and then we verify them, we debug this, and then we can change our logic depending on that what was required and what we have got. So this is RTL simulation. But when we do the synthesis of the RTL, what we get is a netlist. So these netlists generally consist of some standard cells which we have got. So these standard cells which these standard cells are binded to the .lib file, which we will be providing during the synthesis process. So after synthesis, what will happen is this RTL, to suppose here we got the correct waveform, so we performed synthesis. But what is the guarantee that after synthesis this functionality is same? So for that we will be using a gate level simulation to just see if the RTL waveform and the gate level waveform is same and the functionality has not changed during the synthesis process. So for that we can use the same test bench which we have used in gate level simulation. So we'll be in this gate level simulation we want a .v file which is a netlist. So and netlist, then we will having a test bench also. Suppose this is also a .v file, and along with this as we say that the netlist which we have generated has the standard cells. So to get this functionality of the standard cells, what are the standard cells, like there is an AND gate or gate. So the synthesis, the simulator does not know what are these tools. So for that, there is one file called as .v file, which is which will be provided from the PDK. See, this .v file will be a corresponding Verilog file for the .lib file. So when we see the .lib file in our PDK, there will be one corresponding .v file for that, see, which will having the similar name. So these are the three files which we will be needing in gate level simulation. So after this, when we provide these three files in a simulator, we will be generating a waveform. So these two waveforms, this RTL simulation and gate level simulation, must be same, such that so that we can say that our functionality has not changed during the synthesis process. If these are same, then we have to go back to the synthesis, or also we can go back to RTL and change something. If there is timing violation, then we can move to the SDC file, make some changes in that file, and again we perform synthesis. Then we again do this thing, we again check, like that we can go through that. So let's see an example using an. So this is my FIFO. I will be using a FIFO design. This is my RTL for FIFO. So it is parameterized. These are the input ports, some registers. This is an always block, and this is my test bench for that FIFO. So let's first verify this test bench. Yeah. So yeah. So I got the results. You can see results, and I have verified them. This is my waveform. So we will be just minimizing this. Okay. Now for that, now we will be performing a synthesis on this .v file. After we perform synthesis, we will be getting a netlist, and we will using this similar test bench on that netlist to verify the functionality, and we will also compare these two test waveforms, so that we can ensure that our functionality has not changed. We will be performing a synthesis in Yosys, which is an open source tool. So we won't be considering this HDC file in this video. So let's open the Yosys terminal. So the first command which we'll be using in Yosys is read Verilog, and we'll be providing our Verilog file for that. It has generated. Then we will be using a command called pros. So this command converts the always blocks and always initial blocks into a netlist, which can be mux or flip-flops. The next command is memory. So in FIFO we will be having memory elements like registers and all, so arrays basically in RTL. So there's registers, arrays are converted into the flip-flops in synthesis tool. Also we'll be using an FSM. However, we don't have much FSM in this RTL code. Then we will be using a clean command and optimize it. After that, we will be using a command called command as read liberty file. So in this video we will be using a NAND gate library for synthesis process. Okay, so this is my NAND gate library. and we'll perform a synth to a module named FIFO. Then we will be mapping them. So this and syntax error. You can see the stats. So we have mapped, but still our this netlist has not been mapped to a standard cells. So next command will be abc. So abc command, it's basically used for combine mapping the combination logics, and dff library map is used to map the flip-flops. So now if we see the stats, so our combination circuit like AND gate, NOR gate, all are mapped. Next we can do a clean, and again we can see the stats. Then we can write underscore Verilog no expression and FIFO netlist .v. So we have generated a netlist. Let's see that. So we got our netlist. Next, what we'll do is we'll open QuestaSim. In QuestaSim, we will be creating a new project. Let's name this as gate enable simulation. Now we will add the files. So we have discussed we will be having files. One will be this netlist, and the next file will be our test bench, and the next file is the NAND gate library file. So I will show you that. So this is a liberty file. One second. This is the liberty file which we have used, typical. So there is, see, in Verilog there is a corresponding typical.v file, Verilog file. If you are using any PDK, there will be a corresponding .v file which we have to use. So this is done. Let's compile them. So these are compiled. Sometimes you may get some errors in the netlist or the PDK, so you have to understand that and do some changes. Don't change the library provided Verilog file, but you can do some changes while synthesis so that they can run. So now look here, we have got many different modules which were in the standard cell library Verilog file, and we will simulate this test bench. So see here we have got the instance, that is module DFF times. Okay, so in this there is, it's saying that the time unit precision specification is not provided in some modules. So we can use a command like vlog minus time scale 1 nanoseconds and 1 picosecond, and then we will uh, we can so we have to provide a precision time and time unit in the Verilog file. So either we can provide them in the design, or we can just say that in the command we can give a universal time scale. So everything which has been compiled, it will be using the same time scale. So I'm just finding the files. So these are the command which you have to put in the QuestaSim, or you can use any other simulator. This is Vlog timescale. This is universal timescale for all these simulation files. So this is my netlist. This is the test bench. It is similar, and this is the .v file from the NANDGET library. So it has run. Let's simulate it now. Okay. Now it's successfully simulated. Let's see the waveform. Okay. So this is our simulation waveform. See, we have added many more signals, which will these are all the cells in outputs from the standard from the netlist. So let's compare these two. Yeah. So this is the RTL one, and this is the netlist one. So we can see that these are basically same inputs, and the outputs is also same. See, as here, this is read enable signal, and the next clock. Again. So these are the, so we can see that this seems to be same as the RTL one. So we can say that our design has not changed after, functionality has not changed after the simulation. So that's what we want. So these are the Yosys commands which we have performed in this video. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for the next video, and if you like it, like the video, please subscribe to my channel and like the video also.